Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast. You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box. Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast brought to you by the Hot Take Hot Box. We are back after we had a week off, Ty. I don't like when we have a week off. I like having some fights, having some discussions, talking about the combat sports world. You know, Sonny the Bronco, he's fighting soon. Now, that's what we were just talking about before we came on. But we have UFC Vegas 91. Mateus Nicolau, Alex Perez. What was this fight supposed to be? Wasn't it Manel Kape? And Manel Kape's DNA was inferior. Yeah, and then he probably called somebody a homophobic slur, and then we kept it moving. But we have a UFC Vegas 91 card. We talked about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, which was the shocker of the world, shocked us at the end of the HTHB episode recently. That was talk about a huge upset. That was pretty crazy. And now Floyd tells him to come in overweight, and LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, did you see Floyd and Bill Haney on Instagram?
Yes.
Bill Haney's like 140p absolute potato phone quality, and he was trying to talk shit to Floyd, and then Floyd was like, listen, Bill Haney was like, I'm still in the streets, and Floyd said, you're an idiot, or something like that. I was like, this is what are we doing here? I forgot that Floyd and Ryan Garcia have kind of been around each other, which makes all the sense in the world. But I would try to surround myself with Floyd. I mean, he knows so much about boxing. There's a video of him on Twitter talking about how Devin Haney fights and how it's a problem, his defense. And honestly, going back and looking at his fights with all the guys he's fought and got right, and Vasily Lomachenko, who doesn't really hit hard and is naturally 130, was popping him repeatedly. And, Ryan Garcia did the same thing. The problem is Ryan Garcia is like a natural 147, could be even 154 guy. Yeah,
big guy.
And looking back, maybe somebody should have pointed this out, but Devin Haney's defense is kind of trash, honestly. His chin's kind of suspect, and, he's a big guy who doesn't hit hard, so it's just really not a good mix.
It always looks clear afterwards, Ty. We talked about it. We were kind of blinded by the fact that this guy was talking about Epstein and the Illuminati and what was it, the fucking
the Flower
Grove? Yeah.
Strawberry Grove, yeah.
He never stopped.
Which somebody tried telling me is a thing.
Bohemian Grove is a thing. We're not going to get into it here on this show, but
that terrifies
look
me.
into it.
Yeah. Google me.
So how about this? Let's get right into UFC Vegas 91. We're back at the Apex, Ty. WWE is coming to the Apex in July, so I know you'll be excited about the NXT card that'll be at the Apex, which makes no sense whatsoever, but why not? Why don't we just do stuff just because? But like I said, Mateus Nicolau, Alex Perez, I guess it's number 5 versus number 8. They have it on the poster here, so I guess that's a new promotional tactic that they're using, but... let me see. What do we have here? I love how they're putting the main card odds away from the other odds, which makes no sense at all. But we have plus 150 for Alex Perez.
Even they don't like it.
Yeah, I don't blame it at all. Again, let's put that the disclaimer out before we start here. We probably shouldn't bet a lot of the fights on this card.
The problem is we got to make a comeback. It looks like on Bovada they have almost every single fight just scratched out besides Odama and JSP. So I don't know what's going on in Bovada, but I've also learned not to trust them. So.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't trust any of these sports books. They're not in it for you. They're in it for themselves and to make some money. But we have to take care of ourselves here this weekend, and the UFC is back. We can't let this card go by without, dabbling a little bit, having some fun with
losing
some bets,
more money.
Losing some money. Who doesn't like losing money? Responsibly, of course. But like we said, Alex Perez plus 150, 145 to Mateus Nicolau's minus 180, 175. You can get him as high as minus 200. So I guess that's not a great situation if that's the side you're on. Nicolau is coming off of him getting decimated by Brandon Royval, but that was over a year ago. He had a couple fights lined up with Manel Kape that just never happened. I think he pulled out the one time, and then what's his name pulled out the other. No, Manel Kape missed weight both times, or he missed the weight one time, and then he just pulled out of this one because he's got some. Yeah, so maybe Manel Kape's the merchant and the pull-out artist that he really claims that everyone else is. But like you said, Nicolau before that had a bunch of wins. He was on a hell of a streak. He lost to the guy who's probably the second best guy in the division. He's fighting Alex Perez, who we talked about all that long ago, who came back from, I think, like 4 years that he was off, or it was like 2 years. No, it wasn't that long. Okay, so it was about 2.5 years, but before that, that's right, it was one fight in 4 years because he came back.
Yeah.
He lost to
fights every 2
Pantoja.
years, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he just lost to Mukayev, who
he pulls out of more fights than I think anybody that's ever been a licensed pro.
Yes.
If you look at poor Matt Schnell was supposed to fight him like 15 times, and it quite literally never happened, and probably never will. So
yeah,
maybe he'll make it to this weekend. I'm not too sure.
Well, he fought Mukayev. He lost. Mukayev made sure he took a picture of his shit in the toilet afterwards to let people know he was not feeling well before the fight. Ty, I got to be honest. There's nothing about this main event that I like. There's no side that I like, really. I mean, I think that Nicolau should take care of business here, but this seems like it's going to be, I don't know, I say it's going to be boring, but these 25ers really rarely put on boring fights, so I guess I would like to ask you what you think is going to happen or what your thoughts are heading into this. What's the best prop, or what should we play here? Should we even play this?
Yeah, I don't know, especially it being a 5-rounder. I kind of like Mateus Nicolau decision. I just think he's he's pretty solid all around. I mean, I don't think he really wows me, at least. But he is kind of, he has a black belt. He has some takedowns he'll mix in. Decent power, but really doesn't throw that much, especially at range. He's not like a range guy. He's kind of wants to get inside. I don't know. I don't really know what to think of him. He also, I believe, doesn't he date my girl? Damn. She won by disqualification that one time. Everyone said she quit. Forget her name.
Poliana? No.
Luana Pinheiro,
okay,
who also is another one who they're very similar in the sense of they're supposed to be these big prospects, but they're just not that good. I do think Nicolau is skilled, but man, he just has a weak chin. I think now he has been hit with absolute bombs. That knee probably knocks out anybody from Royval. And when he got knocked out back in the day by Dustin Ortiz, that head kick probably knocks anybody out. Shin the jaws. Nobody's really surviving that.
No.
Way back in the day, he had a pretty competitive fight, a couple competitive fights on the Ultimate Fighter. He didn't end up winning, but I don't know, man. Alex Perez is also solid, but he, for some reason, has a tendency to just let people take his neck in sprawl situations. He always misses weight. He always pulls out. His last fight versus Makai was decent, but he was too defensive. He couldn't really score points. He was defending takedowns literally every second. Honestly, a lot of people had him winning that fight.
Yeah,
he's got good boxing, good grappling, but they both have this weird tendency to either get submitted or get knocked out. So I'm not really sure what I kind of want to play a little bit on the underdog, but I'm with you. I'm staying away. I don't have a bet. I'm going to take Nicolau by decision as a pick, but I don't know. This could go any different way.
I really want to bet this. I really do. And the more I keep bouncing back, I kind of want to bet Nicolau submission or something along those lines, but I just don't trust either one of these guys, so I am going to stay away. I think that's the smart decision to just not do anything here, but I would probably lean Nicolau. But the problem is, any of the submissions,
Well, Nicolau does have a Japanese necktie, which I am not familiar with, over Bruno Correa, who, not a good fighter, very big fraud, but he's a name. He's a regional scene name for sure. And Alex Perez just, like I said, I don't get, it's like a tick. It's kind of like we'll talk about Ryan Spann, how he just tries shooting takedowns, and in the middle of that, he gets knocked out trying to shoot a takedown with elbows. He just has a tendency to do it. Pantoja choked him out. Figueiredo choked him out. Back in the day, a couple other guys on the regional scene who aren't good choked him out. So it's possible. I don't hate that. I would love to see what the odds are. I have the old DK pulled up, even though I'm not able to use it.
Submission.
Which is just,
if that's what you're looking for, plus 275, you can get it as high as plus 310, which I will. I am taking Nicolau by submission plus 310. That number is just too good to pass up, and I will willingly be
Not
wrong
bad, yeah.
about this if I have to be. So
5 rounds is a lot. Perez. You got to think Perez is going to do something dumb in that time frame, right? That's probably a good bet.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, this is like you said. And I just don't. I didn't like what I saw the last. I mean, he didn't look horrible, but I mean, he kind of started to gas out towards the end of that fight. And luckily, I mean, Mukayev looked horrible too, just because I guess he had the poops or something like that. But he the antibiotics were beating his ass. So I guess he had staph or something. I guess that was the actual.
He had everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot that was going on in that fight. Plus 5,000 draw is very interesting as well.
You love the draw bets. Let me get a DQ bet
listen,
here.
come on, dude. Let's get a no contest.
So Ty's out on this. I'm going to take Nicolau sub. I'm going to take a flyer on Nicolau sub plus 310. And we keep it moving. That's unfortunate. How about Ryan Spann? 21-9 Ryan Spann. Superman Spann against our boy Bogdan, don't call me Volkan Guskov. He is Anthony Smith, actually. Yeah, I think I fucked that up because Bogdan's coming off of an absolute elimination of Zach Paula. Boy sent him into the shadow realm. At one point, that man was my boy, and when he got knocked out by Usman, I threw him right to the curb. I got him out of my crib immediately. So Ryan Spann. He's got to be the favorite here. Minus 190, 200 to Bogdan Guskov's plus 160, 165 tie. This is another one where I don't listen. Ryan Spann is, of course, he's better. He's definitely better than Guskov. But can you trust that Ryan Spann's going to go out there and do what needs to be done and get him out of there? And can he really sit there and stand with him? Because I don't know if that's the viable option either. I think it's he probably should be taking him down and using his jiu-jitsu, but does he have the cardio, the stamina to be doing that for 15 minutes? I'd like to hear what you have to say.
I don't think the booking of Anthony Smith, Ryan Spann 2 was nobody wanted to see that. Nobody had to see that. He should have won, and then he loses a split decision. And then before that, he got triangled in the most obvious way by Krylov and Krylov, if you will. So I think I'm fully out on my boy Ryan Spann. I had to do this with Devontae Smith at one point, not the Eagles legend, but Ryan Spann's ratio is getting worse. His accuracy is getting worse. He's getting hit more. He's getting older. So maybe, we're getting to a point where eventually Jalen Turner is going to be in his 30s, and we're going to be like, you know what, maybe he just doesn't have it. Maybe. He's bigger here, a lot longer, a lot bigger. Dude, he has very good finishing upside on the feet and on the ground. And, we don't know anything about Bogdan. He has serious power. He swings heavy, unorthodox style, but I'm just not sure what else he even has. But it might not matter. He might just, hit Spann a couple times and knock him out. The thing is, I feel like Spann usually does get off first, and then he kind of just has a tendency to throw the fight away. I think he should finish Bogdan earlier, but, if he doesn't, he's cooked. He's fucked. It's just defensive issues, cardio issues, low fight IQ, tends to quit. Do you remember when Saif Saud was screaming, "Get out of there! Get out of there!" And then Johnny Walker delivered 15 elbows to the side of his head, and he was just, Yep. Get out! Ryan, get out of there! I was like, Jesus Christ. I could hear him. The apex was
dead quiet. You could hear him. It was like a library in there.
Yeah, he was, but you could hear him through the airport. Insane. He's been knocked out doing the same thing like 4 times. It's so crazy. But I have to do it.
Ryan Spann.
I have to take Ryan Spann inside the distance. I might even do something else. I think I'm going to submission and KO are both plus 200. I think he has an easy grappling advantage. He's not the most technical. He'll give up spots. He can probably get reversed, slide off the back. But he has a very tight long man choke. And I don't trust Bogdan at all here. I mean, we saw some of his holes in that Volkan fight, some of the holes in his game, I should say. And I think I have
You want Spann submission?
I don't know. I need you to be the judge here.
So
he has 12 submissions, 6 knockouts. But we've seen. I mean, dude, he knocked out Dominic Reyes with a fucking jab.
If I were you, I would go inside the distance. I know it's not a good number. Yeah, it's not a good number, but a win is a win, and it's not. You're not having to lay too much juice to get that win. If that's how you feel, because I don't feel the same way. I am going to take Guskov TKO because
Wow.
I think Guskov is the truth, and he.
Truth.
I think he's the truth.
Yeah. All right.
I think he is a fucking punisher, a murderer from Uzbekistan, and I think he gets it done here. To be honest, because I really just think Span is on
That's
the way
fair.
out. I think
Ryan
is
Spann
tough.
has also lost to Anthony Smith twice. So I mean, listen to the other Anthony Smith
Anthony
another
Smith,
time.
who actually has a hammer for power and just throws
Big ol'
bombs.
hammer.
And he's only been submitted one time in his whole career. I know, he hasn't exactly fought the who's who on the regional scene of guys, but
Yeah, you don't say.
I don't feel good about it. I should stay. I broke my rule. I already said I was going to stay away from some of these, and here we go. The mic turns on, and then I'm like, you know what? I think I like Guskov here. It's not.
I'm gonna go Ryan Spann round 1 plus 100.
Wow. Really?
Just round 1. Just any kind of round 1. I want to go KO, but I want to go sub. I lean KO. I think he hits him with a nice. He has just quick hands, legit power, good kicks. He's gonna hit him with something, back him up, and I think Bogdan's gonna, fall to the ground. Maybe he gets a choke though. So I'm gonna go round 1.
Round 1, Span. Round 1, you can get that at plus 140 here. So
Turn me up.
we keep it moving. I believe we have Karini Silva is fighting in this next one against the formerly mentioned. No, not formerly mentioned. I thought it was Luana Pinheiro, but it's actually Ariane Lipski, another one of your girls. This is
Queen of Violence.
Queen of Violence getting in there. She's coming off of an armbar of Casey O'Neill, which that solidified to me that Casey O'Neill is trash. So I shouldn't say trash, but she's just not as good as I thought she was going to be. Yeah, I guess fraud would be the best term. And against Karini, Killer Karini Silva is probably how they want it to be said. But she's coming off of a guillotine at the dying moments of round 1 against Marina Moroz. Ketlin Sosa, she knee-barred her. So she's just been submitting everybody, especially since she got into the UFC and even before that.
Remember she ripped that girl's knee apart? That girl's on this card, Ketlin Sosa, by the way. She's fighting the sawed-off shotgun, or the sawed-off savage, if you will.
There you go.
Yeah, like you said, Paulion Botello, when she had that nasty dart. So she's 17-4. All 17 wins by finish. You don't see that in the women's game.
No.
It's really, you don't even see it that often in the men's game, all things considered. Her win on the Contender Series was a bit dicey against Q Yan. I don't know what to think of her because she's kind of, quick sub or bust. And I think Lipski's slowly been improving.
Yeah.
She definitely has durability issues, defensive issues, fight IQ issues, kind of like Ryan Spann. But if she can survive 5 to 8 minutes, I feel like it might get interesting here. I also feel like Lipski's defensive grappling is solid enough. She's never been subbed. Yeah. Right. But man, Karini Silva does have a nice right hook. She doesn't really have good striking, honestly, especially as the fight goes on. But she has a tendency to just finish chicks from all different ways. Darce, knee bar, guillotine. She's a heel hook. She has triangles, arm, all the things. She also has a head kick. So I think she's just too dangerous early. I got Karini Silva by submission. I think she gets it done again. And
taking it on the card.
Almost backed out, but I'm going to take it on the card. I think she gets it done. I
took thought bubbles popping up over your head. Like, should I do this? But yeah, I guess.
Plus 240 sub. I think she gets it done. I think she's going to be too much for Miss Lipski, who I think they're the same size too, same age, very similar, very lined up.
I can get you plus 280 courtesy of FanDuel on here. So
FD, let's get it.
Go. Shout out to FanDuel. I am going to take Karini Silva inside the distance plus 130. I don't trust her, Ariane Lipski, to kind of not to just shell up on the ground and get her face bashed in. And I don't trust women's MMA in the finishing aspect, to be honest. Although Karini Silva is kind of an anomaly, you like you made mention of, it's kind of crazy to see a girl have all of her wins are by finish. Like that's insane.
Yep.
17-4. So I think she does finish her. I just don't know how. So that's why I am staying with the inside the distance. So Ty's got some interesting bets. Round 1, he's also got a sub. This is not like
I got another one coming up.
Oh no, I guess Jonata Dinez This is
Janice.
Janice. I was close enough.
Janice.
Where's the J? All right. He's 6-0 against Austin Lane. Yeah, you guys come try to do this podcast and learn all this Portuguese and these Brazilian names. So
it's yeah.
Plus 230 for Austin Lane. Austin, what is his name? Nickname?
Night Train.
Night Train. That's what I thought, but I guess it's not. He doesn't have a nickname anymore. So there you go.
No nickname.
He's 36 years old. He just
it.
got sent into the shadow realm by Justin Taffa. I think I actually had Austin Lane in that fight just because I had him the first time when he almost plucked Justin Taffa's eye out of his head, which was nuts. But Jonata Janez, he is making. Is this his UFC debut?
Yeah, he was on the Contender Series.
Right? That's
he
what
was
I
on
thought.
the same. Yeah, he was on the
That was
same
a
week
while ago,
as.
though. It was September. That's
Yeah,
that feels like
it's been-
so long ago.
Yeah. Shout out to Virgos. He was on the same week as Matsumoto, Jan Top, Stephen Wynn. So it was a pretty good week. Julia Pilastri, she's not that good, but it was a pretty good week. I think I remember where I was. But Janice is a black belt in Muay Thai. He fought. He kind of got rocked a little bit by that guy Neves, who stinks. But he looks pretty tough. He looks pretty strong. He's 32. He's a big boy. Good reach. He has a nice jab. He has a good 1-2. That's how he finished Neves. He kind of, for a black belt, a Muay Thai black belt, he doesn't look like he has an extreme diverse striking game, but he's definitely dangerous early.
He won't need it against Austin Lane.
Austin Lane is just, former Murray State racer, right? Former Jaguar, former Chief. He just, he's old. He's a big boy. He's a good athlete, but he's not even really going to have a reach advantage in this. So I don't know what really his path is. I guess he's just going to have to catch this guy, but I don't think he's good enough. I think Jonata Janice is going to get it done. First round TKO. Turn me up.
What is the odds on that?
I believe it's minus 135.
Oh, Jesus. See, that's what I like here.
Send me home, dude.
Well, because you look at regular TKO, I think is like minus 200 compared to what he's already, I think, 230, 240, So I'm trying to sign into
Breaking Dominic Reyes is back.
Who's he fighting?
Breaking news. He's fighting Dustin Jacoby on the Louisville card. Louisville. So
Thank
he's
you
back.
for coming.
And yeah.
He's done. That's not a good matchup, dude. Like, that guy's just going to...
Yeah, at least Justin Jacoby's getting old and he might be done too. But
Well, yeah, but he's just too active. I think that's just too much activity for Mr.
We're fading the Reyes bros. That's what we're doing.
I'm fading everybody now, but it's crazy how long it's taken me to get these odds for this because I'm just curious. A round and method prop is what I'm looking for, and they just don't.
For
they
who?
just don't. No, the one used to minus 130. So I just want to see what.
Mr.
Austin
Janice.
Lane TKO is plus 1,000 here for round one. That's
I mean, listen,
crazy.
that's the only way he's going to get it done. He has a bunch of knockouts, but I mean, Justin Taffa dispatched him fairly quickly. So did pretty much a lot of Greg. I remember Greg Hardy knocked him out inside of a minute, and that was Greg Hardy's first pro fight.
So we got Janez TKO round one minus 110. And that's about as good as it's going to get here. FanDuel's got some pretty good odds when it comes to some of these.
If only we were able to do that down here in the Florida.
In the Florida, that's all right. One day it's coming soon, right?
It's not. No, it's never going to come. Nobody's coming. So
do not come. Do not come. So I'm going to come. How about Jonathan? Don't call me GSP. Call me JSP Pierce. Fighting David Onama. This is actually this is a fascinating fight for me. This is like kind
Good
of
fight.
my sleeper fight of the night sort of, where the one I'm probably most excited about heading into it. David Onama is plus 140, 130 to JSP's minus 160 tie. I really like David Onama's number here. I know it's not exactly going to be a great there's just probably going to get spammed with the wrestling, and if JSP wins, I think it would be a decision. I don't know. The last couple times I've seen JSP out there, I was not impressed. The Joe Anderson burrito, he ninja choked him. He beat Darren Elkins, and then he beat Amir Khan. He beat Amir Khani, and I don't even think he really performed well against Christian Rodriguez. I think he looked good in that fight. So I mean, I don't. Can you try to? I guess is it just because of the grappling advantage that he has that's why this number is the way it is, or is it just kind of an anti? Or they don't think David Onama's as good as I guess I think he is.
Yeah, I mean his takedown defense is for sure an issue. I mean, Mason Jones' fight wasn't great. Even the Landwehr fight, Gabriel Santos took him down. But there's something about Onama. I mean, he has this innate ability to just not go away. He has so much heart. I mean, the Nate fight, the Mason Jones fight, he was just, I don't know how he didn't go out. Oh my God, do you remember when he fought Nate and James Krause had $1 million on Onama, and he was yelling at him, "Get the finish!" That's so crazy looking back on now. And even his power carried over in the end of that third round. What, dude?
No, I'm just thinking like James Krause was literally like us. He was training fighters, but he actually like had knowledge of what was going on, and
literally 7 figures on his guy. That's fucking wild.
And like that's just us in the corner, like fucking finish him, dude.
Yeah, he's doing that in real life, and you're like, wait, what? So, but now he's at Factory X, I believe. So he's not with Krause anymore. He's not with those guys.
Yeah.
He's not with the Gamblers Association. But like I said, his power carries over. Third round, he was stinging Nate Landwehr. I just don't know. He's got a lot of holes himself in his game. Elite athleticism, elite power, unorthodox striking. JSP's, I mean, let's be honest, not the smartest guy. He's a country boy from Tennessee, but he has that heavy grappling pace, good cardio. I kind of like betting guys that have that high pace, high cardio ability because they're able. If shit goes wrong, they can kind of still push through it. But man, he very hittable. Gets rocked way too often. David Onama, like I said, he's throwing these shots out of nowhere. And Pierce has been finished. He's been subbed even 3 times. He's not gonna have to worry about that here. But I don't know. I'm gonna stay away. I don't know what to take here.
I'm gonna take Onama money line plus 140. Just that's my safe play, just to kind of have some action on this. And I believe in David Onama, so I'm gonna count on him to. This is like the best of both worlds. I'm a David Onama guy, and I'm anti JSP. So it's got to be. I have to fire it. It's just if I have any integrity in these picks, then that's exactly what I do. So Onama money line plus 140. I have no integrity. No, I'm just kidding. Tim Means, 33-15, the Dirty Bird, getting back in there against. Here we go, Uros Medic. This is your boy, the Doctor. Who is he's not who's the guy that we love from Alaska? Is this him?
This is him. He's
right?
The Alaskan
Anchorage, Alaska.
The Alaskan John Jones, I think is what they were calling him.
I don't know if I'm not sure if I've ever heard that one, but he got that's right, the same night of the last fight we were talking about, or we were talking about the Brendan Allen card. He fought Meek DeBeck Oralby on there and he got neck cranked. So big bounce back here. What do you think about Tim Means is if he's completely cooked? Because I think the odds are telling you that he's cooked at plus 250, minus 305 for Uros Medic. This seems like a stay away line for me unless I'm taking like Uros Medic by elimination.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with the underdog here. I know he just turned 40. Tim Means losing his durability, right? But historically has that good cardio and grappling. Still has that good boxing. Wrestling's still there, I think. The explosion's probably, gone. The speed isn't there. The movements are slow. But I don't think Medic is like some high-volume kickboxer. I know he's never been the distance. Powerful southpaw. I just think he's kind of early finish or bust. His grappling defense is always going to be an issue. Those guys from Alaska, how many times have we seen it? They don't know how to grapple at all. Who's the fella that fought?
You're not.
Was it Rosas? No, I am. No, shut up. It was. I can see him. I see his face. I see his Terrence Mitchell. Thank you. He was from Alaska, and he was. I mean, he didn't even know what he was doing. It was, throw me or you in there, and we might be able to work our way to the cage or somewhere. Probably not, but I think Tim Means. I mean, dude, he looked good against Andre Fiallo, who's a younger guy who has power. I don't think Fiallo is good, but I don't really think Medic is good. I mean,
no.
Oralby, absolutely, he took him down 7 times. I think it's something Tim Means can do and have success with. I think the Jalen Turner fight, as soon as he even got in a position, it was over. He hasn't fought really anybody. The Semmelsberger, that was a good win, but Semmelsberger let us down.
Many a time.
I mean, yeah, poor guy.
The Omar Morales fight. I mean, that guy is absolutely shredded in his Topology picture. Let me just say that. But
you saw he used to knock on his door.
Yeah, he moved on to karate combat, so that just goes to show you exactly what's going on here. So he doesn't have a win against a really reputable UFC name, and I don't count Semmelsberger on there anymore because he's fallen by the wayside.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tim Means, he got guillotined by a guy who has a really good guillotine. He lost a split decision in a fight I thought he won, but he got dropped. I do think there's part of him that probably just can't really keep going if he does get put in a bad situation. I think he's at that point where he might just, his body might just shut down if he gets hit with a nice shot. I don't know. I'm kind of just going against a guy who I don't think is that good. That's a big line. I don't know what he's done lately to be a minus 305 favorite, and I get it. Vegas is lining this for a reason. Tim Means is 40, just turned 40. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Write something about me.
I kind of want to take Tim Means sub. It's plus it's plus 1,800.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How many subs does Tim Means have? Let's see. I mean, he has 5. When's the last time he got one? It's probably been a minute, right? Thiago Alves, 2019. I mean, probably not.
Maybe.
I'm going to take Tim Means money line. Maybe. I mean, that's a big line. I don't know. I kind of see a little bit. I can kind of see it a little bit. I mean, Medici is minus money to get a knockout. I get it. I'm going to go Tim Means money line plus 245. I think he gets it done. I think he can win rounds. I just really need him to stay away from that one big punch because I think that might be it.
Plus 245. So plus 250 you can get it out of here.
I want to sprinkle a little bit on sub as well. If you can add that. If you want to throw that into just sprinkle a little mini sprink.
I'll give you I'll let you do a half unit. How about that?
Halfy.
Because I got a little half unit here on Means.
I wonder what first round sub is.
Means
Imagine
sub
that.
plus 1,800. That's insane that number's that big. I might bet that in my personal life, but I'm staying away. I have enough bets on here to.
Oh, dude, we're just getting started.
To last me, a little bit. Basically, a little bit until the next fight that we announce or that we talk about here. That's the main card. We move on to the prelim section of this. I almost just yacked on the mic again. Ronnie Yaya. He's fighting Victor Henry. Victor Henry, just always what is his nickname now? La Mongolsta. Why does he have that nickname? All right, he's 36 years old. He's coming off of a win against Tony Gravely and a no contest against Javid Basharat. Oh, that's right, where his sack almost fell out of his body. Yeah.
And Basharat was like, "You're faking it."
Yep. And he's like, "Dude, I literally here's my nuts on the floor." It's wow, okay, yeah, he did get his nuts removed. What are the odds here? We have Ronnie Yaya is a plus 330 underdog to Victor Henry's minus 425, 450. Ty, right away, it's like, I don't know if that's something I can really bet. Does Victor Henry get him out of there? Victor Henry, is he a finisher in that sense? I'm not so sure. I mean, he's got the rear naked against Albert Morales, from LXF, but a lot of decisions since he came back to the UFC, which is 2, and he also lost a decision to a Sunsal. Finished for his career, he's got 8 submissions, 6 KOs. He's never been finished himself. Do we see any number here, any prop, anything that we like here that we can maybe bet on this before we move on?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, brother. I'm glad you asked that. Victor Henry by TKO or KO is plus 175. He's going to knock him out. Ronnie Yaya is cooked. He's done. The Montel Jackson fight was enough evidence. He just got steamrolled. Quick counter left hand. He was down. Boom. See you later. Good night. I think he's done. I think he's completely cooked. He really – what's he have here? He has that early sub or bust. He kind of reminds me of a bantamweight Damian Maia. Sneaky pop in his hands. Remember, he rocked Ricky Simone, rocked Enrique Barzola. I think he's like the last WEC guy around. Oh, I guess Jose Aldo just came back. So there you go.
And Dominic Cruz.
Yeah. Funny enough, Jose Aldo was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz, he said, which is wild. Also, the last time Aldo fought was a week after Cruz fought. So there you go.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. I mean, the last time Victor Henry fought an old Brazilian, he got 30-27. However, Ronnie Yaya and Rafael are very different styles. I think he gets Yaya out of here second, maybe, I mean, any round really, but probably in the middle, late rounds. Yaya's gas tank is completely just, there isn't one. Early, like I said, early sub or bust, and I think Henry is, I think he's going to do enough to not get finished early, not get caught up in anything. Probably have some wrestling advantage himself, and just ground and pound probably is how this gets done. So yeah.
As long as Victor Henry is responsible in this fight and make sure he stays standing and doesn't try to mess around on the ground, I think we're good. And I think I'm going to bet with you as well. I'm going to take that TKO plus 210, and that is how we keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. We go Austin Hubbard, Michael Figlock. I know you said Figlock was the next one. And I was like, one? What exactly do you mean by that? You said the Mad Dog is here to stay. I said, all right, here we go. Yeah. He lost to Faraz Zaim last time out, though. And Zaim's pretty good, though. I don't want to take anything away.
I like Ziam.
Sorry. Anytime there's a new flag on there, I really struggle to say the gentleman's name. Austin Hubbard. Thanks for coming back, Austin Hubbard, after his tough L on, I believe it was the Contender Series, or not the Contender Series, the Ultimate Fighter finale against Kurt Holloway. That was UFC 292, which that's right. That's how they held it. It was just they moved it up to the pay-per-view, and then it was on the prelims of that. And Holloway it wasn't going his way, and then it was going his way. It's typical of Austin Hubbard fights. Austin Hubbard, all of a sudden, he's doing good, and then things just go left, and there's nothing he can really do about it. Yeah, what do we like here? Figlock is a minus 175 favorite to Austin Hubbard's plus 150. As much as I just joked around about Figlock and how I like him, I don't know if this is a good matchup for him. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I
don't think Austin Hubbard's that good, but I could see this being a boring kind of finish decision, and it kind of could go either way. Or I also could see Figlock sparking him and hurting him at some point, and then rushing in and getting taken down or finishing him. I don't know. I don't have a real good read on this.
Yeah, I think Hubbard is just kind of. It depends what you think of him. I know you have a nice nickname for him. You call him Austin Harmless Hubbard, which I don't know if he goes by that, but I know you call him that a lot. So I think this might be a buy low spot. After getting submitted by Kurt Holloway. But, I just don't know if I really want to take him. His takedown defense historically is not good, but if you kind of look at who he's been matched up with, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Marco Madsen, is going to shoot 5 million takedowns. He got taken down by Max Roshkoff, your boy, Dakota Bush, your other boy, Davi Hamosh. But he didn't get submitted against Davi Hamosh, which is kind of crazy. Davi Hamosh, super high-level jiu-jitsu. And then Figlock, I wasn't a fan of him. I didn't think he was this great prospect. And then Ziam just kind of taught him a vet lesson, which is crazy because I think Ziam's young. They're both the same age. Figlock has taken a year and a half off. Maybe he's gotten better. He's supposed to be this dominant wrestler from Cage Warriors, but yeah, he got out wrestled, I think, by Ziam.
Yeah.
He tries to throw off some subs off his back. He does a lot of things that I don't really love. He does have a KO over Oban Elliott, your other boy. I don't rate him that highly, but it's something to notice. I just don't know. I don't know here. I want to take. I think I'm going to take Figlock by decision.
Fucking Oban Elliott.
Plus 140. I think that's probably just what happens. I mean, Hubbard fights go the distance all the time. I know he just got subbed, but I don't think Figlock is that dangerous. I probably don't know shit. He's probably going to come out here and just finish him. But in his career, he 4 decisions, 4 KOs. I feel pretty confident in this. I mean, in the fights before he got to the UFC, he had 3 straight decisions against some decent fighters in Cage Warriors. That guy Sardari, I think, is a pretty decent prospect. So, give me Figlock decision. I think this is kind of a buy low spot for either fighter, depending on how you feel.
Decision at what do we have here? Plus 150 here on the cards. It's courtesy of BetMGM. So thank you to BetMGM for giving us those odds. Plus 150. I'm going to take that as well. I agree. Either way, I think I could see this going, and I don't know. I don't trust. I guess when you don't trust either guy, I guess it's better to just kind of go to a decision bet and just hope you're on the right side of it. I guess that's maybe not a bad thought process or maybe strategy here. So we keep it moving to, yeah, sure. Don'Tale Mays, Caio Machado. Caio, I know Ty was telling me before Caio fought the last time that he was the next Bigfoot. Since he's named Bigfoot, he thinks he was going to have the career similar to Bigfoot Silva. And he started off pretty good by losing to McParkin, but what do we care about this at all? Like, I'm already at the point. Don'Tale Mays, we have discussed on here. Like, I believe actually, and I'm not even joking when I say this, that you have said he's the worst guy in the UFC. I actually heard.
I don't think I ever said
that. I think you said
Come
that.
on.
I think you did say that. I think you said he is horrible and he's a disgrace to the to MMA. I think that's what you said. After he lost to Augusto Sakai. I honestly think we may have said that, though, after he lost to Augusto Sakai. But he's coming off of a loss to Rodrigo Nascimento. Yeah. It's basically even money on either side. Do you have a preference here? Do you like this at all? Do you have a pick here? I would love to pick Don'Tale Mays, Lord Kong, but I don't trust him, so I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm not betting shit for fucking this fight. That's for sure. I just can't get over the time Snoop Dogg, I think he said Don'Tale Mays was not invited to the cookout.
That's crazy.
Or the gang fight. He's one of the two. He said he wasn't invited to the gang fight, which kind of crazy. Also, wasn't Don'Tale Mays in jail or hasn't he been stabbed? I feel like I would definitely want him around. But, whoever you just flip a coin.
He's
Flip a coin,
6'6".
honestly.
He can come to the gang fight.
Whatever
it is.
Yeah, he can show up wherever I'm at. That's for sure. I don't know, dude. Caio Machado won on the Contender Series against probably the worst fighter to ever fight on not even the worst fighter, the guy who had the worst performance in Contender Series history, Kevin Saflarski. The guy threw like 12 punches the whole fight. So that was the same night as Cesar Almeida and your boy Tom Nolan.
Tommy, after he got cooked.
Yeah, that was bad. So I'm staying away. I think Machado wins. He just out-wrestles him, probably. I mean, whatever. I don't know.
Whatever is right. Hey, fuck it. Let's just keep it moving. Why are we wasting our time here? None of us have anything.
Another nice, amazing fight on tap. Let's go.
Ketlin Sosa. Thank you for that setup. Ketlin Sosa. She is 13-4 in her mixed martial arts career. She has one UFC fight, which I feel like it seems like it just seems like she's been around for a while, but maybe it's just because there's so many Brazilian women fighting now that it's hard to keep track of who's who and what's what. She's fighting the sawed-off Savage, Marnik Man. I know you have said many times that you think she's nice, and that's not in the cage. I was like, wow, really? I don't know about. No, I'm just kidding. She is coming off of a loss to Josephine Knudsen. Listen, Ty. Why are we even real? Why am I even setting this up? Do you have anything here? Like Ketlin Sosa should kill her, but I don't trust Ketlin Sosa at all. I didn't trust her to walk my dog around the block. Why the hell would I put money on her to win a fight?
I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'll just say if you want to put her in a parlay, I think that's probably safe. Marnik Man is not good. I mean, first off, she's probably like 5 foot or 4'11", maybe that. She was able to make it 15 minutes versus Knudsen, but she got absolutely steam fried and fucking cooked on the stove. She got outstruck 81-8. She was taken down 3 times. I think Knudsen had like 11 minutes of control. She just dogged her, dogged her. She fought Bruno Brazil, and Bruno Brazil had kicked her into another millennium. So I just don't know what this chick has done to get to the UFC. Honestly, I don't know what Ketlin Sosa has done. She fought Christina Williams in Invicta, and she barely won a decision. I mean, not barely, but like that fight sucked. She couldn't finish her. Christina Williams is just this like super tall, just regional scene fighter. So, and then she just got her knee absolutely shredded into like slow roasted pulled pork. It was about a year ago, but yeah. That's what I got.
So we got nothing on that one.
We got nothing. No, Ketlin Souza should win. So there you go.
So now we got your boy Chris Padilla getting in here, who's
Yeah.
a late replacement for, I believe, Gabe Green, I think got hurt or something along those lines.
Yep.
He's fighting James Longtop. So I don't know how to say that guy's name. How do you say that guy's name? There's two L's back to back.
Yeah, Yontop.
Okay, sure. Yontop. There's no Y there, so it's
but the two L's make a Y.
Yeah, that's why people, when they learn English, they go, "What the fuck, dude? What do you mean? What do you?
Thankfully,
what do you
Peruvian.
mean? Goku? Yeah, he's Peruvian. There you go. So we don't have to worry about all that. Yontop is a minus 450 favorite to Chris Padilla's plus 350. There's basically no lines on this at all for any of the props or anything along those lines.
Nobody knows who Chris Padilla is. Yeah. That's why.
Well, I don't blame them.
Yeah, Taco is his nickname.
Okay, that's real nice. That's kind of seems racist.
He fought in Bellator once. He lost. And you know who he lost to in Bellator?
So did my mechanic.
Gabe Green.
Did he? Oh, okay, really?
Yeah. So
all right,
that's kind of funny.
So there's no props on this at all. There's nothing. So I'm going to stay away. Just for the record.
That's probably fair. I mean, he's been knocked out once. He's been submitted twice. I like James Yontop.
So do I.
I think he's pretty decent. He's nothing flashy. He's kind of like a junkyard dog. On his Contender Series fight, he was getting hit with some shots. Nothing too dangerous, too powerful coming back from, I think it was Malik Lewis. That guy, very low level, but still, he has a nice jab, a nice straight right. He has a very good chin, eats a lot of good shots. He has some good kicks.
So
he's very tough.
Leg kicks in that fight.
In general. Yeah. Like I said, nothing flashy. Probably won't win that many fights. Still 24. He's also a lot taller than Padilla here. And again, I can't find really any tape on Mr. Taco. He was supposed to fight in Faber's promotion, A1 Combat. So short notice, desperation signing. I mean, he hasn't beat anybody besides Justin James, your boy. And you have to pay like $20 just to watch that fight. So I'm good. I'm good on that. I'd rather bet $20 that he'll lose, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think. So staying away here. James Yontop should win however he wants. And, that's a parlay stacker right there. If we can ever find odds on the fight, that is.
Yeah, if we can get that to put that in something else, I would be all about it. I probably would bet a TKO on Yontop if it's anything under minus 200, probably, just because it seems like that would be the way. But, can't have any odds, so I'm going to stay away from this. I'm not going to take anything here on the card. And I will keep it moving to Ivana Petrovic, who is coming off of a oh god, he's coming off of a loss to Luana Carolina. She's fighting Liang.
Did you say he?
I may have by accident, but
hey, Ivana's good looking. Come on.
No, well, it wasn't one of them things. I just made. I was just so excited to say Liang. Nah.
Are we taking the big underdog here?
Nah.
I think Na Liang is my female Daniel Lacerda, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, not again.
I think.
Not again, dude. You gotta let these people go, man. You see, these people are gonna put you into the poorhouse if you keep betting on them, man.
Listen. I'm already there. I just don't see a world where Ivana Petrovic is minus 440 against the corpse of anyone in my distant family. I mean, nah. The problem is, dude, she has these pockets of success, right? She rocked Ariane Carnelosi bad, and then she got smoked. Silvana Gomez Juarez dropped her quick, and even in the JJ Aldrich fight, I thought she was having some pockets of success. Got a few takedowns against her.
Yeah, sure, man.
Problem is, dude, she can't fight for like more than a couple minutes. She is 27, so maybe she's getting better, but I doubt it. She's probably not. So, and Petrovic is a lot bigger. Usually, Na Liang fights girls that aren't even that big. I mean, Ariane Carnelossi is like 5'1". Petrovic is pretty big. She's also young herself. Yeah, I don't think she's good at all. She should win this fight, probably easily. However, the Dragon Girl has some serious power. She has some submissions. I'm not sure who she was submitting, but she did it. So maybe she can catch Ivana Petrovic early. But other than that, nah.
You staying away?
Yeah, I almost got dragged into it, but like you said, have I learned my lesson? Yes.
Okay, good.
Partially.
I'm staying away.
I mean, if Lacerda comes back, I'm betting on him.
No, I know. If you can get regional scene odds on him, yeah, that's just a guy that you.
Oh,
you
he's
fuck
putting
with.
somebody out bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. If he makes weight, if he shows up, if he doesn't get DQ'd, if somebody else doesn't get DQ'd, and then,
somebody's
and then
DQ'd,
if the fight
that's
actually
for sure.
happens, he's going to get sent to the Shadow Realm and wake up in the middle of it while he's getting guillotined from the top. So there you go. Nah. Are we betting this fight? Nah. All right, Mashate.
Absolutely not.
He's got a last name
There we
now.
go.
That's
Yeah. You lose a couple fights, so like, we can't. You're not Seal. We got to give you your last name. You got to add that Hayasire. I don't even know what that means, but they threw it on there. It's kind of like Mike Diamond. They're like, bro, you're not Blood Diamond anymore.
Mike Mathetha.
You're Mike Mathetha, Mike Diamond. So, what can we say here? I don't know.
Stay the fuck away from it. Go listen. Honestly,
I feel like somebody's
go
I feel
do
like they're
something
bang.
while these prelims are going on. That's what I'll say. Go fucking out. Go smell the roses.
Yeah, go smell something. Smell something. All right. You know what I smell? I smell a banger. I think these two are going to bang each other until somebody falls.
All right. Jesus Christ.
I think it's tailor made for somebody to go to sleep early. The thing I want to take Benitez here, and I think I'm going to do it.
Wow.
I think I'm going to take Mowgli. He is 38. That's definitely true. He did just get absolutely shelled by Jim Miller. Before that, though, he beat Charlie Ontiveros. I mean, that's his last.
That's horrible, dude. His last
Gabriel
2 wins are him and
Benitez.
Justin James.
Yeah, and before that was Humberto Bondina.
Oh my god.
And before that was Jason Knight. Before that was Sam Cecilia. Clay Collard. Before that, I mean, he's just not beating anybody good ever. So that's kind of sick.
But Mashate might not be good.
Mr. Hayasser has lost 2 in a row. Rafa Garcia taught him a vet lesson when he missed weight. That was pretty wild. He did beat Steve Garcia and that guy Achilles, but that guy Achilles, his Achilles heel is being a fighter. He was not good. I think. I want to take Benitez so badly, but I don't know if I could. I just don't know if I could do it.
Nah,
it's
not responsible. It's just not.
I got Gabriel Benitez by TKO. I think he's going to get it done. I think Mashate is a fraud. He was one of the first Chinese signings a couple of years ago when they were making all those signings. It's not going to go well for me on this fight. But I got Gabriel Mowgli Benitez. I don't know what I can get KO at, but I want
Plus
it.
400.
Boom.
Plus 400.
Turn me up.
For Benitez KO, and I am not going to bet this. And that is it. That is the podcast. That is what's going on here. Benitez TKO on the way out against Mashate.
Come on. That's a decent line.
It's an incredible line. I just looked and I realized the 15-year age gap. And that I know Mashate is probably going to be juiced to the gills when he comes in here, and he's probably just going to send Gabriel Benitez's head into orbit. Yeah, it's going to be too late, man. It's too late. Let it go. No, I'm just kidding. This could go either way. Basically, this entire prelim card, I have no feeling whatsoever of where this is going to go.
Should.
I'm staying away.
I think you should.
I don't care. I don't care what you say. I'll definitely be betting it in my private life, though. I'll tell you that. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast brought to you by the Hot Take Hotbox. My name is Matt McSweeney. His name is Ty Capone. We have a draft tonight, NFL draft.
Let's go. I can't wait
to it. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be
boxing.
tweeting it up. We have the Sixers on. We have all sorts of stuff going on. There's boxing.
The Sixers, yeah.
It's going to be a great weekend. Good. Philly's just pulling out the W as we speak right now, so it's a great time to be alive. Hopefully the Sixers take care of business, and it'll be a good night. I don't really care if the Eagles draft me at the 22nd pick. Well, that would be a great night then.
Terrion Arnold.
I get a free
call
contract.
My shot. They're going to trade up to 16 with Seattle, and they're going to take Terrion Arnold or Quinyon Mitchell if he's there.
Okay. I like that.
Might have to move up to 12, but
I think they'll trade up into the top 10 and get Malik Neighbors or something, and it'll really just piss everyone off.
No, that would piss me off. I want him. That's a wide receiver 1 right there. But apparently they're working on an extension. It might be AJ Brown. That's what Howard Eskin's saying.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing, I guess. I want Terrion Arnold. I want a cornerback. Talize Fuaga would be good. Listen, I'm going to release my
talked about it
list.
though. I'm pretty much good with like everything.
I'm good. Yeah, I just don't want Mims or Guyton. I don't want a tackle that can't move inside. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I think we talked about that. Like, I saw somebody like this. You're an idiot. Like, somebody wrote an article. Yeah, exactly. That was like the Eagles should draft somebody that can help them now, basically. And that was like that's not how people draft. Like, it's not. That's not the only. It's like no one's saying it's the only thing, but like I do think they should draft somebody that can help them this year and not like you said, like a tackle who's just gonna sit in the wings and wait for maybe a year or plus. Like because it's not like this is confirmed the last year for Lane Johnson. I'm
having a really tough time with Eagles fans during this draft process. I feel like a lot of them don't understand anything about the draft process, but they keep talking about it. This one guy earlier said there was a list of people that the Eagles have visited with, and he said, I'm not impressed with any of them. First off, not sure how you're not impressed with Terrion Arnold. He's an absolute stud. He's just a little undersized. That's fine. Apparently also a 4.5 is so much more slower than a 4.43. I've heard. I learned that. I didn't realize there was that much of a difference to where one guy is undraftable, 0.7 seconds in a straight line race. So that's a thing. And somebody said, yeah, they need to take an offensive lineman. Meanwhile, on that list was 4 offensive linemen. So this guy wasn't impressed with any of them, but he wants them to take one of them. Make that make sense.
Yeah, that's the draft. That's people that you see come out, and I see a lot of people on my timeline now who are just calculator boys, is what I like to call them to my friends. People who just pop you with numbers nonstop, who are the baseball guys. Some of the guys I follow, it's just all numbers, all LFA, VVT, plus Q percentage numbers, and I'm like, dude, I don't really like. I get like that's a tool that can help you, but I don't fucking base my whole opinion on that. Like,
I'm all in on Terrion Arnold. If you're like, you know what, bro, his hand size, it's a concern. I'm like, yeah, you know what, I don't want him anymore. He has small hands. His hands are 1/4 that's smaller than Cooper DeJean, and he runs 0.7 seconds slower of a 40 than Cooper DeJean. Man, I don't want him. I don't want him anymore. I'm just not going to do that. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
Quinyon Mitchell is this huge ball hawk, but his arms aren't that long. Well, he's 6'3".
Really
he's not perfect.
Yeah,
we can't. What are we doing here? Are we trying to build our perfect player? I don't think that's possible. This is not Build-A-Bear. I don't care. These people are, like you said, I'm kind of waiting for this draft to be over because I do love the process, but there's so many people that are just like, I'm calling my shot. I know what I'm talking about. My formula says this. I'm like, bro, who are you?
Yeah. Who are you? Is it great? And you're right though. Like people they hate you with all these numbers, like the combine numbers, and it's like, yeah, it's like,
all I need is Dane Brugler. That's Brugler. That's all I need.
People will hit you with everything here this time of year, but again, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the fights, enjoy the draft, enjoy the Sixers, the NBA, the NHL playoffs, whatever it is you people do for fun. This has been the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast. My name is Matt McSweeney. His name is
Hi, Capone. And as always, go Phils. 5-0 shutout today. Let's go.